Right. Diddly British Strongman podcast. So I was driving home from the gym and I just thought, wouldn't it be great to know a little bit more about Clash? Like I'm a massive fan of like the sport at all levels, and I'm just frustrated that I don't know much about the competition that's going ahead in America. So I thought I'd ask Luke, and we can share it with everybody who listens. So tell us about Clash, mate. Why are you excited? So we've got the 105s going down today, haven't we? And then the record breakers live on ESPN.
Yes. Then we have we have the heats for the 105s today, then the record breakers, then we have the finals of the 105 tomorrow, and then we have the 82 kilo women on Sunday.
Brilliant.
So for those who don't know, Clash is probably the highest paying show for weight classes in the world right now. I can't remember the exact figures, but I think it was 10 grand for the winner last year. I think it's more this year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's at least 10 grand. There are 25 guys separated over 5 heats, so like world's strongest man style. So we have heats first, then a final. I'm just excited just because looking at the lineup, there's not a bad lifter there. Like most comps, you can kind of predict, I think, quite well who, say, the top 3 or the top 5 is going to be. But looking at this one, I've been trying to make predictions and I don't have a fucking clue.
So who have we got from the UK then? Who have we got?
So we've got 4 British guys there. So
we've got Glenn Cutler, haven't we? Glenn Cutler. I've been following Glenn for a while.
Yeah, so Glenn Cutler is in group 2. He is up against probably my favourite for the whole comp in Jeff Lee, who came second to Canby and America's Strongest Man last year. In group 1, we've got Adam Kempton from Wales, young boy. I think he's only 21.
Is Adam the one going for the dumbbell record as well?
Yeah, Adam has signed up last minute to attempt a dumbbell record as well. Oh. He's very, very good at dumbbell. I've seen him hit some crazy weights in training. So
yeah, what's the current record? I've seen him hit 110 on Instagram fairly recently.
I've seen him hit 110 for reps, and I'm sure the current record is 120 something by a Polish guy. I want to say 126. But I'm not like 100%. I think it's 126 by a guy I competed against called Przemysław from Poland.
So just going off piece a little bit, the record breakers. This is what's obviously massive for the sport because we've actually got coverage on ESPN2 that's going to be at midnight UK time. Is that right?
I think it's 11 p.m. our time. So it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. in America, and we're 4 hours behind them. So it's on prime time TV, basically, in America, live. Yeah. Which is absolutely massive, like, for the sport in general. And it's good because we got representation from every classes. So we got women, lightweights, middleweights, a bit of everything. So, yeah, it's brilliant, the record breakers.
Yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to get an invite to. I'm doing it at Kaos instead in June.
Well, you just need to make sure you get in early next year.
Yeah.
I'd love to have another crack at the deadlift there next year as well. That's where I'm looking, I think. So rest we have Ollie Clark in group 3. So Ollie,
young guy, isn't he? 21 is Ollie. Is it
21? He won UK juniors. I want to say 2 years ago and competed at UK. This is actually going to be his first 105 comp.
Brilliant.
He's in a stacked group. Group 4, we got Matthew McKeegan.
Yeah, brilliant.
And that's all and we don't have a British guy in group 5, but we have British guys in the other 4 groups. There's 2 events today, and I think they're all doing all 5 in about 3 hours. They've said 2.5 to 3 hours. So we have overhead medley. I think it's like a barbell, log, block, and then dumbbell for reps at the end or something like that. Then we have a squat. It's a 300 kilo axle squat for reps.
Wow.
A York Farmers chain drag medley. A loading event in the sand. I don't know if you watched that last year, but it looked fucking horrible.
No, I didn't see it. But
it was like five items in the sand
Wow.
And they're all just dying, but they got the last one. And the fifth event was supposed to be keg toss, but I saw on someone's Instagram story about half hour ago that they might have switched it to fingers finger.
All right, okay.
So I'm not 100% on that. Maybe they switched some of the events around from the final and the thing, but I'm not sure if that's it. And then like on Sunday we have the women's comp. So
yeah,
the women have.
Who's the other Brit in the? So there's Glenn Cutler, isn't there? Glenn
Cutler is in Group 2 with Jeff Lee, who's probably the favourite for the comp in my opinion. Michael Congdon, who's placed top 5 at Worlds a few times. Anthony San Lorenzo, who's a really, really strong American. Jordan Donaldson, who's another strong American. And Jordan Stewart, who's a Canadian guy. So Glenn's got his work cut out for him. But
it'd be good to see how he fares. He did really well at SCL last year, didn't he? Did he come fourth?
Reigning England's strongest man on a 105. He came 4th at the SCL Worlds. And they're not bad events for Glenn at all. I think if it does switch to fingers finger, that'll suit Glenn because they got one of Vikings and I've seen him training on it.
Yeah.
So if that switches over, he's a good presser. He's good at yoking farmers. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy for any of the Brits to qualify, but I think they all can, depending on how the day goes.
What's the format? Is it top 2 go through to the final?
It's top 2 go through to the finals, and there were supposed to be 12 in the final because there was originally supposed to be 6 groups.
Yeah.
But they condensed it to 5 groups because of dropouts. So I'm not sure whether they're going to be taking any of the third places through as well to still have 12 in the final. They haven't quite clarified that yet. So it's definitely top 2, possibly an extra 2 from somewhere as well.
Brilliant.
I'm not sure how. Maybe they'll have a tie break or something and get an extra 2 in the final. Because I think they've planned to have 12 in the final for TV purposes.
Yeah. How can we watch the coverage?
So the prelims are on ADL Live, ADL Pro Live. So I'll send you a link and you can put it in your story or wherever. I posted a link on Facebook. They start at 5 o'clock British time. I think it costs $6. But I've watched these ADL streams before. They're brilliant. So they have multiple camera angles. They have live commentary. They have athlete interviews. And I think the way they're running this year is going to be very fast paced. So there's not going to be much downtime in between the events. So it should be entertaining. The record breaker.
I just think there's so much value. $5.99, and when you can see what Anthony's doing in terms of putting you can see where the money's going. It's so clear where the money's going. So anybody listening to this, watching this, like get involved. That's your Friday night TV sorted for this evening. Support the guys, support the British athletes that we've mentioned, and just let's do our bit in supporting the sport to get to the next level. It's just absolutely brilliant. Like you can watch it on your iPad at home, get it on the telly or whatever. Just
like I'd say to people who are involved in the sport, even if you haven't got time to watch it tonight, just buy it anyway.
Yeah.
It's $5.99.
That's what I did last one of the ones recently. Actually.
Like even if I haven't got time, I've paid for every Clash stream of all the qualifiers, even though I didn't watch 2 of them because I didn't have time, but I still paid for it because it all comes back to the sport. After that, the Record Breakers is on ESPN Live in America, so I don't think we're actually going to be able to watch that live because they obviously have an exclusive deal with ESPN. However, it's going to be streamed on Segi.tv. Do you know the website that did the Thor and Eddie fight?
All right, okay.
But it'll be delayed. So as soon as it finishes on ESPN, they'll be re-showing it on the Segi.tv website, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we can still watch it, but it'll be like a 2-hour delay for us, unless you can find an illegal stream of ESPN, obviously. Not that I would encourage that. Then the final is going to be on it's going to be live on ESPN and then a delayed showing on Segi TV. And the women's is going to be live on Sunday again on ADL Pro. So you'll be able to watch the women's live. I'm excited for the women's comp as well because the lineup is fucking insane. So
tell us about the lineup then. Have we got any guys representing us?
In the women's, unfortunately not. Rhiannon and Bex did get invited, but Reese decided to focus on the Clash on the 64s instead. And obviously Bex is still rehabbing a few injuries. So it's mostly...
And putting you on the spot here before we before you read out the who you tip to do well in the 82s.
Yeah,
you could pick 3 82s from the UK who you'd like to see representing. If you could just cherry pick 3 under 82s UKs, ones that aren't eligible for the other classes, by the way. So none of the 73s or 64s.
Right. Okay. Obviously Bex, probably the most experienced 82 in the country. When Bex is fully fit, she's more than capable of mixing it at the top level. Donna Moore, she's moved on to 82. She looks very impressive, the qualifier, I thought.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. And third one, I'd like to see Gemma Stubbs compete internationally. She won Wales and Britain's Strongest Woman last year. She just loaded like a 140 stone in training, I think.
Wow.
She's looking very, very strong. So yeah, I'd really like to see Gemma take the step up and go to the world sort of international level in the next year or two.
Cool. Who have we got doing the record breakers, by the way?
I have the full list up here, mate. Let me just get it up. Bear with me. I'll just read them all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we have Christine Matthews and Kira Rickson are both going for the under 64 American deadlift record, which currently stands at around 485. It's like 220, so they're both looking to go over 500 pounds, I believe, which will set them up to be probably the second best deadlift in the world in that class, really, if they hit that.
After who?
Just some annoying woman called Rhiannon. She's a bit of a cunt, but she's strong. So yeah, they're both looking to break 500 pounds, which is pretty cool. Then we have 2 Americans going for American deadlift records, Bonica Brown and someone called Greek Goliath. I don't know if that's his real name or it's a nickname. Then we have Leah Birdsall is going for the under 82 axle world record. Obviously, Leah won Worlds in the 64s like 3 years ago. CJ Pierce, Charles, is going for the under 90s world log record. So he's looking to break.
The under 80s he's doing. It's the under 80s.
No, it's under 90s, Charles. Definitely.
It's not. He's just made weight at 80. Honestly, 100%.
He's an under 90.
Yeah, but he competes at 80 as well. CJ Kraus.
No, CJ PS.
Oh, I thought you said CJ.
So CJ Kraus is going for the deadlift record.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said that. Oh, ignore me, buddy.
Yeah, CJ PS is going for the log and the 90s record. He's already got the actual.
Yeah. Sorry.
Charles, I think his name is on his Instagram. Very, very strong guy. Mark LeBlanc is going for the under 80 block press world record. Nick Myers, who's world's strongest man in the 90s, going for the 90 kilo dumbbell world record. Zach McCarley is going for the 105 axle world record. Do you know Zach, Josh?
I think I follow him on social media.
Or was he before your time? So when I started strongman like 10, 11 years ago, Zach was like the fucking man. He was like the American version of Ben Kelsey.
Right.
Like just won America's Strongest Man like 4 years in a row. Just good at fucking everything. He won SEL Worlds in 2 weight classes, under 90s and 105.
Wow.
Like just a legit weight class legend. But he hasn't competed for a few years. He's coming back to go for the world record, which is cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Mel Peacock is going for the Opens axle record.
Right. Wow. What's that?
So as Annabelle has it right now at 131, is it? 132. Nadia Stowers is going for the log press world record, which is obviously held by Andre Thompson at the moment. She's going for the open world record as well. So obviously they're both 82s who are competing on Sunday, but they're going for the open record tonight. Then Ashley Crawford is going for the under 82 world record in the deadlift. So she'll be looking to break Reed's record there. Then obviously CJ Krause, we already mentioned, doing the 80s deadlift. Aaron Blackford is going for the under 90 world record in deadlift, which is currently 376.
Yeah, wow.
Then Gavin Prosser, they've named him as from England on the sheet I've got, but he's obviously Welsh.
Welsh.
He's going for the
deadlift record.
He's going for the world record in the deadlift.
Wow.
And then we have Hannah Lindsay, he's going for Donna Moore's open stone record as well. So some crazy record attempts. So yeah, about 10 world records possibly going down in one day.
Bunkers. Right, brilliant. I think that'll have to do because I need to go. Have you got anything else to add on there? What are you most looking forward to? What are you most excited about? Pick one thing from the 105s, one thing from the 82s, and the record that you're most excited to see. Go.
Record I'm most excited to see. I'm gonna pick the log record just because if Nadia hits it, it'll be the first woman to ever hit 300 pounds in comp, which is like a milestone in it. Yeah. Then in the 105s, honestly, I can't pick a single thing. I'm just looking forward to the whole comp. It's probably the most balanced comp I've ever seen in terms of who can qualify, who can win. Yeah, I don't have a fucking clue who's going to do what. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to watching the comp as a whole. And then obviously the women on Sunday, I'm proper psyched for to see Mel Peacock up against Nadia for the first time in an 82 comp, and up against Sam Bellevue. I'm not sure if you know Sam, who won the Amateur Arnolds. So those three head-to-head is going to be crazy, I think.
Wow.
It's the first time the three of them have competed against each other in 82's comp, as far as I'm aware.
Brilliant. So I'll add the link to the description of this video that I upload anyway. So cheers for your time. That was great.
No worries. Speak to you soon, man.
What do you think about grip jizz then?
I'm
only joking. See you later.